StreamYard.
There's things and stuff to do, and we're live.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's like, because it's like we could just end up just talking in the green room or the whatever they call it, and it's like and forget to go live. We could just end up doing that. Oh my goodness. So what's today?
Today is March 14th. It is is it Monday? It's Friday.
No, it's Friday.
March
it's
14th,
Friday.
2025.
Beware the Ides of March.
Dude, do you see the weather I'm supposed to get tomorrow?
No. What?
Yeah, this could be my last day on Earth.
Oh no! And what wasn't there a blood moon last night too? Jose said that he saw it on his way home from work.
Yeah, it was pretty cool too. We all stayed up. Well, me and the kids stayed up. C was passed out.
Was it at 3 a.m? Because he said that he saw a red moon.
2 a.m. here.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, because he said that he saw a red moon when he was walking home from work, and that was around like 7, 8 o'clock.
It could have still been kind of had some color to it or whatever.
Right.
But like the actual totality of the eclipse lasted for about an hour.
Wow,
it was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I remember seeing it once. The last time there was a blood moon, I was sitting in like the bedroom that you were in, and I would just watching, and it's like, and just like the thought of everybody just sitting around watching a celestial event. It felt so modern and medieval at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Are we doing this?
Yeah, I guess so. We're here, right?
Yes. Fuck it. Here we go.
Hit it.
Trigger warning. Fuck you.
What? Fuck you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Nita. Yeah, it is a little well, at least over here it's a little chilly. I don't know. They said it was supposed to warm up later this week, but or at least starting this weekend, but I don't know. Then Jose made a joke about another nor'easter coming in, so I don't know. I'm just so fed up with this cold. This is why people end up wearing shorts the second it turns like 40, 50 degrees, because we are so tired. Just want some semblance, of warmer weather
here, but it's cold as fuck in this house this morning for some reason.
That's weird.
I don't know, getting older and I'm cold all the time.
That too. Yeah. Although usually it's supposed to be in the opposite direction, that we're supposed to be warmer.
Well, I am getting colder in my old age. So it's just like one step closer to death.
Oh no. Well, no, it's like, I think what it is that we become more sensitive to heat. Or something, or it's like, because I know that I don't know.
I'm sleeping.
I just can't handle like the heat like I used to. Like I've noticed that in the past like 4 years, that it's like it's in the summer. It's like I thought that I don't know, like it just felt more oppressive, the heat. But
no, I get it. Because when I'm normal, when I'm not like balancing on new medications and shit like that, and I'm not anxious as fuck for whatever reason, I tend to run hotter now than I used to, because I used to always be cold, like always.
So guys, if you ever wonder,
bed with me, popsicles.
if you're doing that fight with your wife or your girlfriend over the thermostat. Hey, hello. Yes, I know, right? Welcome everybody in the chat. And yes, I see you, our beautiful eyeball people watching Regions Beyond. If you are joining us from Facebook, come on over to YouTube, join the sexy people in the chat, keep them company. Facebook has a tendency to act up, and we would rather see your comments. We would rather see your comments. So, and the best way to do that is on YouTube. So while you're here, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever any of our shows go live. Yeah, I don't know. I kept okay. So I guess the totality was at 2 in the morning, or where you
about 2 a.m. where we are.
Right. Because even Lorraine around 8:00. So. So hello everybody on this Friday morning. Jesus, it's like the week went by like this week. I mean, really, it's like I hate it. So hello everyone. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I've been self-publishing comics since 1992, and you know what that means.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Sometimes it. And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales and my medieval fantasy drama Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which is on Kickstarter it's on Kickstarter in pre-launch for issue 10 of this 16-issue series. Thank you so much to the almost 60 people who have signed up to get notified when the campaign goes live. I am pretty much almost done. I'm 4 backers away from finishing fulfillment of issue 9, but pretty much everybody got their books. So thank you so much everybody who's obviously looking forward to issue 10. Thank you so much. Yeah, you can read both my comics online at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, and Tall Tales, TAILS online.com. And you can check out all my videos, all 600 plus videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel at Daphne Lage. It's LAGE Art, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. And to tell you more about it, here's Nita.
I don't know why you do this. It's the Indie Comics Network. It's a channel on YouTube. It's like, yeah, we're big and famous and
no, we're
and
not.
We're a corporation. And
No.
We're not. We don't. It's just people talking comics and stuff.
Yeah. We are not
That's
CNN
at Indie Comics Net.
Yeah, in spite of some people confusing us for CNN.
I'd say we're not paid, but we are when we're not demonetized. But we're usually demonetized. So on average, we bring in about $12 a year.
Balling.
I take that $12 of my CEO money and go buy me a fucking grande.
Right, yeah, there you go.
Give me a grande latte with some extra caramel.
Yeah. Fuck. We are your comic book wine aunties or Starbucks aunties. Oh my goodness. Oh. So what's going on with you today, Nita? What's going on? What's going on?
I am organizing a whole bunch of folders because I have a ton of campaigns I'm working on right now.
Oh, really?
You got Rob Multari's Nightwolf issue 10 is out. You got Hell Her Way from Saltera Comics issue 2. I've got Ruxy Vampire issue 2 from KG Comics coming out. We've got multiple titles from Ethereal that'll be live as of this afternoon. So it's just like trying to organize everything to where I can run on both the Facebook profiles and bounce off of each other and get everybody promoted and get that shit out there. So
right. Also, for everybody who doesn't know either, I should have thought of getting the link, but Jose has the second issue of Dreamweavers.
It's in the link. It's in the show notes.
Oh, it's in the show notes. Okay, it's the first issue. I don't know. He does so many campaigns.
The first issue of the second run, because
it's a brand new
two timing.
Yeah, exactly. So if you miss if you miss Dreamweavers issue 1, here's your second chance to get it with a brand new variant covers as well for those of you who enjoy collecting those types of things. It's just kind of like really weird nowadays. Shit's on fire, yo, but buy our comics. Buy our comics anyway. Oh my goodness.
Buy our comics so you'll have something to read while the world burns.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
exactly. Well, hey.
Do it anyway. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean that's kind of like how it feels like, right? That it's like there's moments where I feel like almost like ridiculous with everything that's going on, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, I have a comic on Kickstarter.
right.
But at the same time, it's like,
life goes on. I mean, we gotta keep moving. We gotta make monies.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta eat.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, because it's like I was watching Rob's thing, Rob's interview with Rob was on Dan Mendoza's show the other day.
Backup. Plan B.
Right, exactly. Exactly. When you don't lose it in a flood, you can always use it as kindling. And it's like, Dan pulls up his his campaign. I think it's what is a zombie tramp campaign, and the shit like started like 20 minutes ago, and it's like $80,000. Like, oh, it's doing well. It's like, oh, geez, you know what? It's like 500 backers, $86,000. Yeah, exactly. What's a little economic collapse between friends? It's 500 backers, $86,000. Well done, sir. But it also just goes to tell you that no matter what happens, people want to spend their money.
Right.
No consumer group like the American consumer. Shit's on fire, and we're still spending money no matter what. It's like, you know what? Good for you, sir. Good for you. Oh my goodness. Also, so speaking of books, I had a nice surprise this morning. I wasn't expecting them this early, but okay, so everybody knows, I have 2 trade paperbacks of Eagle Raven so far, 8 issues collected in 2 trade paperbacks, and I finally got the digest version of it.
Oh,
so
nice.
As you can see, it is a smaller version. It's 5.5 by 8.5 of the comic, of the trade paperback. And and it's like, I actually kind of beginning to regret not doing this from the beginning.
I am loving them.
I'm still missing one book. I did a digest version of Silk Rose, which is the prequel, so that they all fit together. And yeah, so I got them in this yeah, exactly. I got them in, and aside from thinking that maybe aside from like the page, I think the page numbers are way too low. They didn't look that low on the proof.
Right.
So that's the only thing I have to fix though. Everything else is fine on this. But these are fine. I did 10 of each of the digest size, right?
Morning,
so
Allison.
Hey, good morning. So the experiment continues, because so I still have, I'm not going to know for, I think probably another couple of weeks whether I got into Anime NYC or not. If you watched the last episode, you guys know that I'm kind of preparing for Anime NYC in the hopes that I get in. And part of that preparation is testing a theory. Honestly, that's the real reason why I want to get into Anime NYC. When I'm testing a theory that if I offer up my books in a size that's matches, that's more manga sized
Gemurnin.
than comic book size, that they would be more willing to buy these than if I just had a comic book size, right? Because my theory is that if you collect manga, you're building your shelves a certain way, right? You're adjusting your shelves a certain way.
Because you're an OCD fuck.
Right. You know, so which do you think is going to not screw up your your layout, your shelving layout, you know? So that's my hypothesis that I'm going to be taking to Anime NYC.
Doing it for science.
I'm doing this for science before the funding gets cut. So
Oops.
This is like Seven Seas Entertainment, which I think that they're like one of the larger ones. Like I see their books all the time everywhere. So even like you go to bookstores. So because this was Seven Seas as well, but for some reason they do this on a smaller format. But I think that 5.5 by 8.5, I think is probably the best size for my work for Eagle Raven. I think if it goes
5.5 is average.
Yeah, it's that's true. Exactly. 5.5 is average. There's no shame. And you still need 2 hands to hold it.
It's workable.
So I figure that so you see, so when it's on, well, yeah, you see, Rob says it makes sense for anime shows, but not so much Comic Cons. Well, exactly. But that's part of my reasoning, that it's like, would I be able to access another audience just by changing the format of my book? I mean, this is pretty much the extent of it. So I'm going to have I'm still going to have the trade paperbacks, but now I'm going to have the digest size versions as well. I'm just not sure, so it's like, so if I get into Anime NYC, because I only bought 10 of each, I'll probably buy another 10. So I have like 20 of each, just to, because it's like, it's an expensive show, and I don't want to, and if the idea works, I don't want to sell out as quickly. What was that again? The trade.
She said the trade is the deluxe version.
Right.
And then the digest is standard. Right.
Well, if I were to do one more format, it would be a hardcover, like a deluxe hardcover. But that's for future me to think about. It's like that's going to happen when the entire series is done. Rob says, even my graphic novels, I prefer standard size. I hate when oversized or digest don't fit my shelves. Yeah, So I'm trying to like find a middle ground, right, between comic book people. More like, I guess we would be, even though we're indies, we're kind of like the more mainstream comic, because we still fit that standard, like that size standard. Right. So it's like, this is where I started, but I feel that people who read manga would be like, they would be interested in this story. Right. And especially with Korean manhwa being as popular as it is now, this is kind of like also a middle ground between the fact that it's in color, and manhwa seems to like run a little larger as well. So I'm hoping that this kind of like hits that sweet spot, just by, and also the thing is too, is that
5.5 inches better hit that sweet spot.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Can't leave you alone for a second.
No, you can't.
So I use Mixam to print these books. So this costs me with shipping about $20 a piece. This costs me $13.
Nice.
So the benefit also is that I get to lower the price on these books. Not by much, unfortunately. Because I'm not going to be able to compete. I'm not going to be able to compete with this, with the volume printing of this, because this book is $13. This 13 is what it costs me to print this. So I cannot, right? So I can't offer it. Now, the funny thing, well, not the funny thing, but so I was telling Jose this, and he was like, well, oh, did you price out with the, with the Chinese printers, right? And this is where this is my dilemma, but again, it's kind of like a future me dilemma, and which at my age might not be such a good thing to kick down the road. But the problem with the Chinese printer is that where it's like it requires buying volume, and I know that I could get this less expensive at, through a Chinese printer.
But where are you going to put the 1,000 digest copies?
Right. Well, one, space right at this moment is an issue. Right. But at the same time, it's not like I have the $2,000 lying around just to be able to print these books. Mixam is expensive, and it's like, I really,
but they're so good.
Yeah, the quality is really
I really
nice,
think they're the best,
but they're very expensive for what they do.
Yeah.
So like if it got to a point where I was selling 500 copies, then I would not go to Mixam for that. I would seriously look into an overseas printer. But at this point now, where it's like I'll be lucky if I could do 4 conventions a year, and it's like an anime, and I don't even know if I can really, if I'll be able to get into anime conventions, which is kind of the whole point of doing this size. And it's like, as much as it makes sense for me to do overseas printing, it's like, I'm testing it, but at the same time, I don't know how viable it is for. And also, look, it just boils down to I don't have that type of money lying around, to make that type of investment in backstock like that. It's just, so I'm doing the tests, but whether it goes anywhere, I don't know. For all I know, the only thing I'm going to be able to do with these is like just do a separate Kickstarter for them for digest size, and and hope that kind of like makes up for it, but other than that, it's like, it's an expensive endeavor no matter what, at least right now with POD, it's I can like buy small, like I could buy the 10 copies and it's not as painful, but the thing is though, I really do like the way they came out. Like I said, I just have to change the page numbers so that they're more centered. They're not so low on the page, but I really do like this size. I really, really do. And especially when I start doing the novels, it's exactly. The budget, money. The only thing keeping you from living the life of your dreams is money. Lots of money. So
doesn't buy happiness.
No,
but it buys security, bitches.
And it buys happiness too.
Which is happiness.
It buys happiness. But so it's like, so when I start doing the novels, right, everything will be the same size. So I can have like all the books together and it's like, I don't know, that kind of does make kind of like my OCD heart happy. Having all the books the same size, the exact same size. So let's just hope I get into Anime NYC so I can test this out, because for all I know it's a flop, because
Right.
I still have to charge $25 each for these, to kids who are used to paying $15 for this,
Right.
well, it's not that bad actually. It's but it's like, yeah, so we'll see. Like I said, with manhwa getting more popular, and the fact that they're in color, because they usually start off as web comics, that they convert to this, and it's, I'm hoping I can kind of like bridge that gap, but I don't know. We'll see. So also, speaking of conventions, I'm still fiddling around with the display that I showed on the last show, that I'm still putting together. I got my contact paper, so I have 2 more panels that I have to laminate.
Nice.
And then I can do kind of like figure out like, okay, is it going to work exactly the way I kind of have it in the schematic that I put together, right? So the other thing that I was also thinking about, right, because the whole point, right, because for those of you who missed it, right, so I'm going to laminate these. And then I'm going to tape them just in the corners here on the grid, so that I still have access to the grid, but on the other side I have artwork. I will have like artwork taped here, so there's still that visual interest. So but I still have access to the grids in case I need it, because I have these hooks that that go on this just in case, right? So I have so I was going through the stuff that I have already in my convention kit, whatever, and I had some, like, because again, I'm trying to keep this as low cost as possible. So I'm just like going around looking for stuff that I could kind of theoretically use on this if I had to. So one of the things that I have, right, is I last time I went to Baltimore Comic-Con, I had bought like a bunch of these like business card holders, because I was using them to hold stickers, to display my stickers. Let's see if I can.
Those are cute.
Yeah. So, hold on, my sticker tried to escape. So so I have these little business card holders, and then I would have the sticker in them like that.
Nice.
And the reason, because other people, they buy like the nail polish or the sunglass display cases, and then they put all their stickers there. But I needed something that was a little bit smaller, that I could like be a little bit more modular with if I needed. So business cards. So I would have my stickers like that, right? So I was kind of thinking, though, that, especially when they say when you do your display, you don't really want to have anything on your table like flat. You want to have everything eye level.
Right.
So I was kind of thinking about, okay, what if I could hang this, right? And what I did was I got like these little wire organizer clips for, what are these? It just says, cable clips that have adhesive on the back. And then what I did was I put them on the back. I only did one because I wasn't sure if it was going to work. So then what I did is I put these clips. Oh my God, I'm a mess. I put these clips on the back of the business card holder. And then the idea is
To
that
attach them to the grid. Oh my gosh.
right.
Look at
And
you
then
all
it's like I could
crafty.
just click them in. The only problem though is that I kind of think that this thing is going to get in the way, because it's a lot easier when I have just like full when I don't have it on the back. So it's like, yeah, so the idea is that I just click them in like that.
Right.
And then it's like, and then you hang the sticker there.
Ta-da.
Something like that. Right?
5-minute crafts doesn't have shit on us.
And it's like, and then it's like you just pop it off. See how it's, yeah, you see that I'm gonna have to kind of think how this is gonna go, because once I have that backing, like how easy it would be to like clip everything. And then I had some extra acrylic shelving,
I
because
love those things.
I didn't want to use a lot. I didn't want to like drill them into my walls. Ever since I got this office done, I didn't want to like put holes in the wall. So what I had been doing is taking these acrylic shelves and like kind of like using the what was it, the I don't know, like this double-sided tape essentially.
I've got the same strip. I used the command
Right.
pullways.
Well, so yeah, but the thing is though, my experience with those is that they, for some reason, they didn't last long. I do think it's because of the extreme temperature changes this office
and the UV.
gets. Right, and the UV. So after a while, and also I think like the walls start to like kind of warp, and then it separates from the it separates from the shelf.
Yeah.
And so these are the ones that kept falling. So I never put them up, but I saved them. And I go, oh, I kind of wonder if I could do the same thing with these. So I put like the little clips on it, and then the idea is that they lock here, and then if I needed to put like larger items on it, again, I'm not sure as to how that backing is going to interfere with the clips. I mean, this is like,
I think the backing is going to become annoying as fuck, especially when it comes to removal, because you have to pop the cable.
Yeah, because you kind of because it does it, because the whole idea is that it holds the cable in place.
It locks in.
Right. You see, this one seems to be a little easier to pop out, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I would have to like actually build the my setup and see like how it actually works in real life, as opposed to like yeah, it'll look good, but will it actually be usable the way I think it should be? So the other hooks that I have, the black, those I know for a fact I won't have a problem with, because they're really heavy duty, and they're just like, they just slide on, they just clip on, and that's it. They don't have that little part that's right here, because this is the part that's kind of an issue, but that's the part that's going to keep everything still, keep everything from falling off, because it's clipping, it's holding it in place. So yeah, so I don't know, this was, so it's just it was just you know what it is, I had to buy contact paper, I had to buy the contact plastic to laminate, and it said that, oh, if you buy X amount, you get like free next day you get like free next day delivery, because I already have Prime. But so I ended up adding these, and another thing that I added as on a lark, because it was so inexpensive and I just needed the extra like $3 or something to get the next day shipping, was these little keychains, that you can put in, you can customize. So it has like a little window.
Oh, those are cute.
And and then it's like you can put in your own stuff in it. It's mostly for photos, but and then it's like you just snap it closed, and then you have a keychain, a custom keychain. So I figure for like the extra $4, it's like, okay, you know what? This I might be able to use, even though it's not something that I have an immediate need for. But I don't know. It kind of, it's kind of like I'm not sure what to do with it yet. Because I don't know if I could actually like draw this small. To do like, like put like original artwork in here, but I don't know. I haven't.
You can do it.
Right. Because another thing that I was thinking of, right, is I mean, this is kind of stupid, but so the last time we were at Walt Disney World, right, Jose only wears Oswald shirts whenever we go to Disney. He doesn't like, he's always repping, right? And the funniest thing, especially this last time, okay, there was a one trip where I even customized a magic band so it had Oswald on it instead of like Mickey Mouse, and people were constantly asking about it. It's like,
Nice.
Oh, who's that character? What is that? And especially on the last time, yeah, exactly. Especially the last time we were at Disney, he would wear his Oswald shirts, and like all the cast members would stop him. What is that? What is that? What is that? Right? So he was constantly saying, "Oh, it's my webcomic," and he goes, "Oh, that's so cool," blah blah blah. But like all the cast members would be stopping him, and it was just like so funny.
There you go.
What happened? Yes. And that's exactly where I got the idea. And that's exactly where I was going with this. So, so after seeing all that, right, I thought, oh, wouldn't it be funny to have something where it kind of like has, whatever, and then it has the QR code on the back, so that if anybody asks, like, oh, here, you could just scan it. You could just scan it, and and they end up on your website. Also, there was something that I saw, I don't, on one of these reels, right? This was a while ago, and I don't know, is that like people like go to play, like they go to theme parks, or it's like, but this in particular was like Walt Disney World specific, and they would tape a QR code to their bag. Because what they found out is that, you're standing in line, you're bored, right? And then for some reason, the bag in front of you has a QR code on it. And what they found out is that people would just scan it just to see what the QR code was. And then the next thing you know, they're checking out your website behind you, on the line to Space Mountain or whatever. It's like, and I go, oh, that would be really funny for me to like put, like if I had, a QR code, like either on, like exact, like just hanging there, and it's just a QR code, and the schmucks behind me are like, no, what is that? Right. They just scan it, and I thought that was like really funny that he said that people were just scanning his QR code just because it was a QR code.
I mean, I do. If I see a random QR code, it's curiosity.
Right. Yeah. Like that there's just something, and you have your phone already, and it's just like, oh, that is pretty funny. It's that whole thing that we were talking about making the process of accessing our comics as convenient as possible. That's why, that's why my next step with this, I am hoping that the file that I use for Mixam, I could just use with Lightning Source, which means that I could use it on Kindle Direct Publishing on Amazon. Make accessing my books as easy and convenient as possible. Kind of like take advantage of that lizard brain.
Giving me ideas, Lage.
So yeah. So it's like, so that's kind of, so that's what, so when I was like thinking about this QR code thing, it's like, you know what? Yeah, that is pretty funny. It's like the fact that people will just scan a QR code just to see what it is,
Well, yeah.
and it's like, yeah. So that's what I'm kind of thinking of with these little keychains, which I thought was like, it's like all I did was just buy them just to kind of like, get the next day shipping, and it's like, oh, you know what? Wait a minute, this might actually work. but yeah, but that was yeah, that was kind of funny. But yeah, so my next step, instead of worrying about buying my stuff from an overseas printer, like dealing with an overseas printer, my next step is getting the books onto Amazon. Oh, what are you doing? QR code?
I'm checking something. I had an idea.
Right, because I have a whole bunch of QR codes. Like I have, it's like I have a QR code that goes to like when I did like one of the panels that I have for this is a giant QR code that goes to my website. Right. Although, like it's kind of hard to decide though. Like, okay, should I have it go to my website or should I have it go to my link tree or should I or should I send everybody to my mailing list? It's like, so in the end, it's just kind of like deciding which QR code would work the best for this. Like, should I have a QR code that goes straight to Webtoon? Like if
when
I'm
you're live, you should have a QR code that goes straight to Kickstarter.
Right? I guess it depends on the context of the environment that I'm going to be in.
They have T-shirts for that.
Oh, right, yeah,
story.
which is especially, look, I've seen people get QR code tattoos. Have you seen those?
No.
Yeah, I've seen people get QR.
I've seen barcodes.
Yeah, but it's like, it's just really funny how the barcodes are supposed to be like some kind of dystopian shit, but people are just tattooing QR codes. like that's not dystopian either. But so yeah, so it's like, yeah, so I guess it depends on the context. Like if I happened to like go to Disney World or go travel again, right? And and I have a QR code on my bag. Technically, it would make sense. Like if I'm standing online, that we're all waiting, like it would be funny to have a QR code go to my Webtoon, right? And then all of a sudden, everybody behind me is reading Eager Raven on Webtoon while they're waiting online. But yeah, but for oh yeah, I used to bring, I have that too. I have the QR code for that because honestly, they all say it's like, oh, make sure you get email addresses at conventions, right? The worst part about that was one, having to decipher everybody's chicken scratch on a list.
Oh my god, the handwriting was atrocious,
anymore, right? And then not only that, like they would sign up, but then they wouldn't confirm. That was another I was at one convention where I was giving away a sticker to everybody who would sign up, like would sign up for the mailing list. And I would have their emails, but none of them would confirm the email.
Yeah.
It was so obnoxious. So I was pretty much giving away free stickers. Because so it's like, although technically, I mean, in the end, technically I did add them to my list anyway, because you can do that. You can kind of, but ever since they did the whole, like, I don't know, there was another ruling that came out that you're not really supposed to do that either. But it was just very frustrating that people wouldn't verify. So I'm hoping this time around, by using a QR code instead, instead of like a written thing, people would be a little bit more conscious about actually signing up for a mailing list and confirming.
Right.
Because they're doing it on their phone. They don't have to wait for me to input their stuff and then send their email, like after the convention where they don't even remember me anymore.
Hmm.
You know? So these are kind of like the bugs in the system that I'm trying to like figure out as well. Like, how do I, it's that whole like, okay, how do I take advantage of this lizard brain? Which is essentially, I mean, it's like, look, if you really think about it, this is pretty much how all these social media companies play us. They take advantage of our lizard brain, and next thing you know, you've just spent 45 minutes just flipping through reels.
Right.
And you're like, well, what the fuck did I do? I thought I was just looking at it for a couple of minutes, and it's like it's an hour and a half later. You could have watched a movie in the time that you're just scrolling through reels, because it's activating something in the back of your head where it's like you're just blindly doing something. So the question is, how do we do that? How do we take advantage of that, to benefit us for a change? So I don't know. It's like, so what are you trying out? So what are you trying out?
Advertisement.
Advertisement.
That's all.
That's all.
Yeah, that's all I got right now.
Right.
Because there's I got an NDA on some stuff right now.
Oh, okay.
And I'll really talk about it. So there's that. But yeah, but I can't say that part. Advertise.
Right.
Like,
right. So it's like
you gave me an idea during it, and I was like, let me make note of this and try something.
Right.
And
well, in the end, that's the point of our like rambling, like it's all like, I realized when I did my last video, and holy crap, my last video was so late that I just realized that technically I should be working on a new video today, but I literally don't have anything for that video. So I have to kind of like come up with something this weekend that's a little bit different, because I'm still working on Eager Raven issue 10. But I haven't been finishing pages the way I was before, where it was like I would go on one page and I would do everything, the inking, then the coloring, and then move on to the next page. What I've been doing these past couple of days is just inking and shading, kind of like preparing for color, but I haven't been finishing because the inking is the part that's taking me the longest. And I am just so concerned about being behind on this issue that I just want to like move through the inking process, like get like a chunk inked, get it shaded in, and then at the very end, just drop in all the flat color, and then that should finish it. But the more important part of the comic is the inking. So I've just been concentrating on that. I mean, I have like 13 pages left on issue 10 because I want to launch this in April. Like, I have a specific date that I want to launch it on, but I'm not announcing it because I don't want to like jinx myself.
No.
But by doing the inking first, I'm kind of beginning to feel better about being able to finish this issue in time. Because it's like, because for me, the process is like, okay, layouts is the most difficult, right? Then it's the penciling, then it's the inking. Like, it's kind of like that's the hierarchy of difficulty in making a comic. Inking, and then like the color, like the shading, like putting in all the shading and the highlights first. And hey, Frank, that's the next one. And then like the final thing that's like the easiest thing to do is putting in the flats. Although ironically, the flats could be more tedious technically, but the way I've been inking my stuff lately, it hasn't been that bad. So I'm willing to leave that last. It's like the very last thing. But like the brick wall that I keep bumping into is the inking. And it's like, okay, if I concentrate on the inking and get that out of the way, it'll speed up my process because I'm less likely to procrastinate if I get over that hump. And that's kind of like what I've been feeling, like, oh, I don't want to ink, I don't want to ink, I don't want to ink. And it's been kind of like, and I feel like in the end, like that's what's keeping me from like finishing this book the way I should. And I figured, okay, you know what? My whole thing is that you do the difficult thing first. And that's what I'm trying to do, or we're pretty much, attempting to do for the rest of this issue. So because of that, I have to find something else that I'm doing for my next artist studio vlog thing. So that I can have another video out, because it's probably going to take me a little bit for me to get those pages done so that I could do a video dedicated to like, okay, this is the artwork that I did this week. I have two, so I do have, I could do a video about, like how I'm building this display, but there's this other thing that I think I might do because it's a little bit easier. Ever since I got into Monsterotica, well, I got the ticket to go to Monsterotica as an attendee, right? And I got the stickers and the bookmarks, right? The last step that I wanted to do to prepare for that show is to make identifiable t-shirts for me. So I think it's a 2-day show. So I need a shirt for Friday and I need a shirt for Saturday. So I have the shirts. I have a black shirt and a white shirt, and I have those iron-on things. So what I want to do is take like one of these sticker ideas that I have and use them on the shirt, so that I can tell people, just look for this shirt and you'll find me, and then you could get a sticker or a bookmark from me. So it's just kind of like using the shirt as an icebreaker. So there's 2 shirts that I have to do for that. So I figured, you know what, that'll probably be my next video, my next vlog, just showing how I make my own shirts. So I don't know. Well, yeah. So I'm probably going to make that the next one. So yeah, it's you know what, it's collecting B-roll that keeps throwing me off now. Because it's like, because the one thing when I'm doing my vlogs is that I just don't want to be sitting there like just talking into my microphone for the entire 20 minutes. I still need some visual interest. And so now it's like I have to worry about B-roll. How do I get B-roll? What am I going to record? Now when I sit down and do something, I have to think about setting up my camera so I could just record me doing something, so I could just put that in the video while I'm talking. I mean, it's just like, it's this whole rethinking of how I do everything. It's just like, it's kind of annoying.
No, I love it.
But I think that the end results are worth it, though. This last video I did it was doing really well last I checked. Hold on, let me see. Let me just go to YouTube and see. Where's my channel? My last vlog. Wow. Okay, I think my last vlog, my episode 9 about the markers, I think it beat out my first one. It's already at 141 views. Let's see. Let me
nice.
go. Yeah, it's at 141 views. Let's see. Hold on.
Lou says to get the QR code on the shirt for that con, not the Rickroll link, your stuff.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, the problem is that I don't have anything specific to this stuff anywhere yet. I'm still experimenting. Like, I don't have it in my store. I don't have anything in my store or anything. So, I'm going to be more concerned about making sure the authors have access, like have direct access to my website and not necessarily the other attendees. Like that's going to be my goal, to give out like my business card and everything to the authors. Everybody else is just for me to test out the viability of this stuff. Which honestly, I don't think I have to test that much, because no matter what, I know the furries are going to like them, or they have been liking them. So,
right.
It's kind of like the whole idea with doing the smaller books is the whole like, how do I grow my audience by making slight changes in what I'm offering? And just seeing how that works. Hold on. What was I looking up? Oh yeah. So as of today, I now have 742 public watch hours out of 3,000.
Nice.
Yeah. So I've
You're
been
getting there, Lage.
I'm getting there. I'm slowly, and it's obvious that YouTube itself is liking these 20-minute vlogs. So if I have to remember to record myself doing stupid shit, laminating or something, I'm just going to have to remember to do that. Putting little, hooks on these things just to see.
Comics is weird, bro.
Why?
Because I'm having a weird conversation over here talking about virgins. But
virgin covers.
Put on these virgins.
Virgin covers. Like, yes, virgin covers.
It's just weird. It's just
right.
weird sometimes.
You see, because you got to shut that part.
Fuck you, Chad. This is like, Good morning.
Good morning, Chad. Because you got to shut off that part of your brain that goes to all the wrong places.
I can't.
For those of you who don't know, a virgin cover is a cover that doesn't have any trade dress on it. Doesn't have titles, doesn't have credits. It's just the artwork. So just in case anybody needed to know. We're not sacrificing virgins to the gods here.
Speak for yourself.
They'd be starving. They'd be starving if they were waiting for us to do that.
I don't know any virgins.
Oh my goodness. So we're just a couple of minutes away from the top of the hour, and I'm kind of like, I think I kind of like finished saying my piece here. So I don't know. How about you, Nita?
I'm good. Be sure you guys check out our campaigns. We got tons of them in the fucking comments. There's more coming. It's stuff. Buy the stuff.
Right.
Check out the stuff.
Right.
Like, support the stuff, share the stuff. And also, look, if you guys are on Facebook, group activity is starting to improve again.
Oh, that's good.
Seriously, like I'm getting some better react in groups than I am on my profiles. So don't forget to utilize that, and don't be a dick and just post and run. Go in there and like and comment on a couple of posts above or beneath you. Fucking let's get this shit moving again like it used to.
Yeah. I mean, because Facebook is Facebook is so fickle.
It is. It's a very fickle beast. And when it's doing good, we need to take advantage of it, because it is still the largest social media platform by far and the most productive for clicks on those links.
Right. Yeah. So it's like, if you want to make sure that your favorite books get seen, you got to interact with it. So okay. So yeah, you know what? That's it for me. Okay. I have a lot of like stuff to do anyway. So
Chad was a vibe killer.
Oh no, Chad is not a vibe killer.
Chad, you shut down the whole fucking show, bro.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Mm-hmm. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay, all right. So let's go make QR codes.
You should see what I'm trying to stick on them right now.
Oh no, QR codes. We're gonna stick QR codes. QR codes for everybody. Okay. So thank you everybody for joining us in the chat and keeping us company today. Thank you so much to all of our beautiful eyeball people. You could be especially anywhere else, but you decide to spend this hour with us. We appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you. We love you too.
We loves the peoples.
We loves the peoples. So if you want to learn more about me and my artwork and my upcoming campaigns and all that fun stuff, you're going to head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites. But I mostly post to Facebook if you're interested in seeing sketches and current work in progress updates and whatever live updates I may have at the moment. And remember, you can check me out on YouTube as well for all my videos and my semi-weekly art live streams Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern. It's 2 hours of me just drawing and hanging out with the chat, kind of like being at a convention, but without anyone blocking my table. I just did one on Wednesday, so if you missed that, that is also in my archive as well, so you could just check that out and see what I was up to there. So also you can read Eager Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, for free, uploading every day, Monday through Friday. But if you prefer your fantasies to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales. That's TAILSonline.com. And not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, but you can catch up on the latest story arc, Tears in the Mother, which is also currently uploading Monday through Friday. And if your lizard brain wants to read Eager Raven and Tall Tales in an even easier spot, head on over to Webtoons. Eager Raven, both Eager Raven and Tall Tales is serializing there. I think we're just finishing up on the 4th issues on both of them. Eager Raven updates every Tuesday and Tall Tales updates every Thursday. So thank you again to the chat. Thank you, eyeball people. Thank you, everybody who's catching this on a replay. We appreciate all of you. And in the words of the ancients, eat your food, moisturize, mind your business, and do the work. Because when you actually do the work, you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. And scan all those QR codes when you're waiting at Space Mountain. So thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Jesus. Thank you so much, everybody. And we'll see you next time.
Toodaloo.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.